there, it's Molly Reynolds, and you're watching The Unicorn in the Room, where we observe the habits of the business world's most influential unicorns and learn how to use our own personal magic to achieve business success. Today's unicorn can literally be described as the life of the party, as he's built an entire empire on helping people throw awesome corporate events. We're of course talking about Ben Hindman, CEO of Splash. Please enjoy. Ben, thank you so much for being our unicorn today.
Thank you. Right.
So, throwing a party is terrifying sometimes if you're a marketer.
Yeah.
I've totally been there, and I'm still a little shaken by events past. So I thought maybe you could share with the business public, how do you throw a successful event? First of all, how do you even get people to show up?
So Becky's going to be there, and
You want to turn heads, and therefore you want to make the event look as good on the page as it does in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe more importantly, you want people to want to be there because of the people that are there. So what we found is you don't actually have to get 150 people excited about the event. You actually need to get like 5 or 7 people excited about the event. What I mean by that is that if you're able to get a couple great and well-liked or well-admired people in and committed to attending, then you can do a couple things. You can basically leverage that social clout to get the rest. And we've seen this done over and over again. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Number one is to get those people to market on your behalf, kind of partner with them to get them excited about it, and maybe give them VIP access in order to do so. Or you can actually put their faces on the event invitation and really borrow their social clout. And we found in our studies that social clout is the #1 influencer of attendance. If you can get people to see others that they admire or want to be like, you're gonna fill that room with the right type of crowd.
That's social influence at its finest.
Yes.
And are we talking about social influencers? Are we talking about leaders in the industry that you're throwing the event in? Who are those people, and how do you find them?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think depending on what industry you're in, you probably know who these people are. And I've often found that a mix of people who are both well-liked but also admired. Aspiration is a very strong emotion. And to play on that, people we found don't actually go to events of people that they like. They go to events of people that they want to be like. So finding industry leaders, yes, influencers, those that can just send out a tweet and get a lot of people to go, yes, definitely get those people.
Right.
But that's not exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about people who have been successful or might kind of set a benchmark for those who you want to be in attendance. And often just by doing that, by kind of leveraging that social clout, you've set the tone for the event. And yeah, it makes people just kind of want to come. We are social creatures by nature.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So once people get to the event, how do you make sure that they actually stay and that you haven't made all of this punch for absolutely no reason?
Yes, lots of
Yeah.
punch. Too much wasted punch in my day.
Always.
So much punch. Yeah, getting people to stay is kind of just as hard,
Right.
and there are a couple tricks to keeping people there. Number one is I find that by introducing a surprise the second that they arrive, you can actually catch their attention and maintain it. By a surprise, it can be anything. It can be handing them a drink upon arrival. It's even something as simple as that. It can be a cool welcome gift. It can be a very cool visual when they get there. It can be a door that they open that gives them some interesting experience. That little surprise that makes them know that they're in good hands, and it also gives them the promise of more surprises. And I found that anticipation is something that gets people really kind of to stick around. That's number one. Number two is, look, in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, feeding yourself is number one, right?
Oh, sure.
At an event at least. I guess feeding and drinking. So you want to make sure that you're feeding people. Now feeding people can be a little dangerous because if you give them too much food, they get lackadaisical, the energy of their room can drop, and that's not exactly what you're looking for. Also, too much food is really expensive. Right. You just need, I always say, enough food to get them to stick around, and that can come in the form of past apps or d'oeuvres, etc. Last but not least, and this I think is maybe our great job as an event marketer or event planner, is to give them a reason to connect. Look, these people are there to get value from the other people in the room, and sometimes that can be hard. It can be scary to walk up to somebody new and tap them and say, "Who are you?" Right?
Yeah.
So as an event planner, to give them opportunities to meet each other, that's our great job, and that can come in the form of activities. It can come in the form of sharing food. We had this great event called Walk-in Wine, where people were breaking prawns on a table, and really you get to know each other when you're breaking prawns together.
Yeah. It's not the most graceful thing. That's
No,
why
but that's
you have
exactly
to just get
right.
in there.
Yes, and or really anything. Even name tags or kind of funky name tags could be an opportunity to connect. But certainly, we threw an event recently where we had puppies running around. Nothing gets people to connect more than petting a dog together.
Absolutely.
It's like cheating.
Well, it kind of takes the emphasis off of having to say something profound or or knowing about somebody.
Completely.
So that's a really, really cool thing.
Yeah.
Going into networking, though, switching gears a little bit, you touched on a point that people are nervous, when they come to a party of others that they don't know. I'm terrible at it because I'm shy and socially awkward, so I don't stay at an event long. I'm like, ooh, I don't know how to talk to any of these people. I'm getting some food in my purse and I'm going home.
Right.
How do you be a good guest? How do you actually get? Entrepreneurs know they have to network. How do you actually do that?
One trick that I've found is actually just to be present at all, to not be on your phone, to not necessarily kind of be reading something, but just to be standing up straight and there. Often people will come talk to you. So that's just number one, just kind of not avoiding eye contact. That's step number one. Step number two is I find asking questions or kind of engaging in the activities or the speeches that are going on, that's a really big deal. And I think that especially in today's digital age, everyone's just on their phone and it kind of stinks, right? To the degree that you can kind of walk up, break someone's pattern, ask them a question, catch their attention, more power to you. I'll tell you, one thing that I've been experimenting with and it's been really effective, and I know it seems very simple, as opposed to saying hi, I'll just say hello. I don't know what it is about that extra syllable, but I find
it musically sounds friendlier.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Yeah. No, but and last but not least, look, I think the people, if you're really going to an event to get value, if that's your job, if you were there on a business trip, if you're looking to sell, researching both the event planners, the speakers, and the attendees, actually doing your homework up front, that's going to give you the most amount of value at that event. And if they have guest books at the event, if you've seen them on the websites, or if you're able just to kind of figure out who's going to be there, that can pay dividends because then you know what to talk about. You know what they're going to respond to. And people love being flattered, not creeped out, but flattered.
There's a fine line sometimes.
To be sure.
You told me something once where you said, we were talking about, actually going to an event in order to get business, because that's what people want to do when they network, is eventually to get business. So what's your rule when making connections at a party? Do you want to be the guy that's just handing out business cards, or are you more strategic about
I
it?
appreciate you bringing this up. No business cards. In fact, I have a very important rule. I never bring business cards to an event. I think of business cards as an opportunity to give someone something to throw away. Here's a piece of paper you can throw away.
Use it as your gum wrapper.
Right, exactly.
I do that all the time.
Just take that.
Yeah.
Look, I think that if you really want to follow up with someone, capture their information, put in your phone, ask for their phone number, their email, and you follow up. To hand someone a business card is the equivalent of telling them to forget about you. You probably won't hear from them again. So yeah, I think business cards are pretty darn silly. And when you do follow up, which you should, and you shouldn't just follow up once, you should follow up 3 times if necessary. Don't do so in a salesy way. I found that building relationships starts with friendship and added value into a relationship.
What, so I shouldn't go up to you at a party as somebody I don't know and 5 minutes later be like, buy my product?
Exactly. That's exactly what you should do.
Okay.
That's exactly what you should do.
Okay.
That's exactly what you should do.
Okay. So when does that happen? How does that unfold?
Yeah.
You've been to a party, you follow up with a person, you know you want to do business with them. When do you introduce that?
I've found that I I try to find some context that we found at that event, some sort of shared connection, and use that as our springboard when opening up a conversation in an email or a phone call next. The next thing is, look, you made that connection in person. Your job should be to find another opportunity to meet in person. And I find that either finding a dinner time, a lunchtime, a coffee, or finding another event that person might find value in, that they like events of this type. That should be what you're recommending you do next.
Nice.
So yeah, that's how I usually follow up. And then of course, at some point you can always get straight to the point, but that comes later.
Later. Ben, thank you so much for imparting your unicornial wisdom on us.
Thank you. You're too kind.
Well, that's it for today, guys. I hope this gave you some great insights as you continue to crush your own personal goals. And if you want more unicornial tips, please feel free to visit our website at theunicornintheroom.com or subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.